Hi guys, my name is Jessica Alba, and I am here today to talk to you about American Pit Bull Terriers. American Pit Bull Terriers in the last decade have actually gotten a very bad reputation, and it's very unfortunate because they are actually very loving dogs if you raise them properly. Of course, you can raise any dog to be aggressive, but you can also raise any dog to be loving and caring and sensitive. There have been so many stories recently in the news about a pit bull attacking someone and killing them or severely injuring them, and that's very, very unfortunate. But the news stories, they never mention how this dog was raised. They never mention how the owner treated them or what kind of lifestyle they had. And most of the time, these dogs are coming from negligent parents that don't show them any love, that don't show them any compassion, and better yet, they train them to fight, and they train them to be guard dogs, and then when they get loose and attack somebody, it's a big shock that they're now aggressive, and that's just absolutely silly because you've trained them to do that. Unfortunately, a few years ago in Modesto, a 77-year-old woman went out into her backyard, and her neighbor's two pit bulls broke loose and they attacked her. Her son heard from inside the house, and he came out to save her, and he did. He got her inside, not before she was very, very, very wounded. She was in the ICU for a little while. But unfortunately, he lost his life because pit bulls are very powerful, and when you train them to protect your house and then someone gets close, they think that they need to do that. And this is all that the news anchors ever tell you. They never tell you the other side of it. They also never tell you the good stories. I remember in 2003, over in Pennsylvania, a little 7-year-old boy was being attacked by two Akitas. And after a bunch of adults couldn't get the Akitas off of the boy, a next-door neighbor let his pit bull out, and the pit bull saved him, basically. The pit bull distracted the other two dogs and fought them off long enough for the little boy to get away, and everybody was fine, including the pit bull. The Akitas, I'm not sure what happened to them, but the little boy survived. They don't put that story in the news, though, because they don't really want, I don't believe, that they want these pit bulls to get a good name. I also remember in Edmonton, Alberta, I read about a story about a woman whose house was broken into in the middle of the night. 3 men broke into her house, and her pit bull saved her life by attacking them long enough for her to get out, and then getting out itself. Another story, a pit bull saved his family by their house caught on fire, and he kept bugging his father to wake up, and if they didn't have fire alarms in the house, so if the dog wouldn't have been alarming them, they would have never gotten out. So there are good stories about pit bulls around. You hardly ever hear about them because they are a dangerous breed, and if you raise them to be dangerous and aggressive, then that's what they're going to do. But you can also raise them to be very loving. Pit bulls are actually known to be very large lap dogs because they are so loving, and they are very tolerant of children. In the 1930s, they were known to be the nanny dog. And I know when President Roosevelt was creating war posters, he actually used his American Pit Bull in some of his posters because they were such a loved-in breed. It's not the dog's fault that some owners are negligent. It's not the dog's fault that some owners aren't loving and caring. But yet everybody seems to blame this on the dogs. And I'm just here to say that pit bulls are actually a very, very, very lovely breed. I have one, and she's black. And I'd never tell people that she's a pit bull until after they fall in love with her, because they always do. And then after they just have so much fun with her and they love her after playing with her for 20 minutes, they ask what she is, and I tell them, oh, she's a pit bull. And they're all shocked because they all have this very bad opinion about pit bulls right off the bat before they ever even meet one. And Saphira is nothing like that. She is just an angel. So I encourage all of you, give them a chance before you just judge them. Some of them are going to be aggressive because of the way that they were raised. Some of them are going to be dangerous because of how they don't know what love is. So still be weary of them, but also give other ones a chance, because it's not all pit bulls that are bad. It's just the ones that have bad owners.